Hey there, curious minds! Welcome to I Wonder, the show where we explore the questions you've been wondering about. Today's question comes from Sierra, who asked, "Is every snowflake unique?" What a beautiful question, Sierra. Snowflakes have fascinated people for centuries with their delicate shapes and intricate designs. But is it really true that no two snowflakes are alike?
Wow.
To understand whether snowflakes are actually unique, we first need to understand how they form. Snowflakes start their journey high up in the atmosphere where it's extremely cold. They begin as tiny bits of dust or pollen floating in the air. When water vapor in the clouds freezes onto these particles, it forms a tiny ice crystal. This crystal is the seed of a snowflake. As the ice crystal grows, it encounters more water vapor, which freezes onto its surface. This process adds layers of ice, causing the crystal to grow into the familiar six-sided shape of a snowflake.
Yay!
But here's the fascinating part. The shape and size of a snowflake depend on the conditions it experiences as it falls to the ground. Temperature, humidity, and even air pressure all influence how a snowflake forms. Snowflakes are always six-sided because of the way water molecules bond when they freeze. Water molecules are shaped like little V's, and when they freeze, they lock together in a hexagonal pattern. This gives snowflakes their six arms or branches. It's a bit like nature's blueprint for snowflakes. No matter how big or small they are, they'll always follow this six-sided structure. Even though all snowflakes share this basic hexagon shape, the details of each snowflake, like the size and the patterns of its branches, can vary a lot. That's where the idea of uniqueness comes in. So, is every snowflake really unique? The short answer is yes. Practically speaking, every snowflake is unique. But let's break it down. The shape of a snowflake is determined by the exact conditions it experiences as it falls. So temperature, humidity, and the path it takes through the atmosphere all affect how water vapor freezes onto the snowflake. Because these conditions are constantly changing, no two snowflakes experience the exact same journey. Even the tiniest changes in temperature or humidity can result in a slightly different pattern. This means that the chances of two snowflakes being identical are incredibly slim. So slim that it's practically impossible.
Oh.
But here's an interesting twist. Theoretically, if two snowflakes were formed under the exact same conditions, they could look identical.
Hooray!
Scientists have even created identical snowflakes in laboratories by carefully controlling the conditions in which they form. So while nature's snowflakes are almost always unique, it's not entirely impossible for two to be the same. The number of possible snowflake designs is mind-boggling. Each snowflake has billions of molecules, and the way these molecules arrange themselves can vary in countless ways. Mathematicians estimate that there are more possible snowflake designs than there are atoms in the universe. This incredible variety is why snowflakes are often called nature's masterpieces. Every one is a tiny work of art.
Bravo! Bravo!
People have been fascinated by snowflakes for centuries. In the 1600s, a scientist named Johannes Kepler wrote one of the first papers about snowflakes, wondering why they were always six-sided. Later, in the 1800s, a Vermont farmer named Wilson Bentley, also known as Snowflake Bentley, became the first person to photograph snowflakes under a microscope. Bentley captured thousands of snowflake images, and his work revealed the stunning variety of patterns and shapes in snowflakes. He was the first to suggest that no two snowflakes are alike, an idea that has captured people's imaginations ever since. Snowflakes are a great example of how nature combines order and randomness. The six-sided structure of a snowflake shows the order created by the laws of physics, while the unique patterns of each snowflake show the randomness of the environment. This combination of predictability and variety is one of the reasons snowflakes are so mesmerizing.
Wow.
Snowflakes also remind us of the beauty in small, everyday things. They're tiny, often less than a millimeter across, but they show us the incredible complexity of nature. When you catch a snowflake on your glove or see one melting on your window, you're looking at something that's been shaped by countless tiny factors, making it one of a kind. Did you know that scientists study snowflakes to learn about the weather and climate? By examining the tiny shape and structure of snowflakes, scientists can learn about the conditions in the atmosphere when the snow formed. For example, large, fluffy snowflakes often form when the air is moist, while smaller, denser snowflakes form in drier conditions. Studying snowflakes can also help scientists understand how snow and ice affect ecosystems and water supplies. And here's another cool fact. Snowflakes aren't always perfect and symmetrical. Sometimes, if the conditions are turbulent or uneven, a snowflake can form lopsided or even break apart before it reaches the ground. Even then, each fragment is still unique in its own way. So to answer Sierra's question, yeah, every snowflake is unique, at least when it forms in nature. The journey a snowflake takes from cloud to ground is so complex and full of tiny changes that no two snowflakes are ever exactly alike. Snowflakes are a wonderful example of how nature creates beauty and variety, even in the smallest things. And while scientists can create identical snowflakes in a lab, the ones falling from the sky will always be one of a kind. Thanks again to Sierra for such a beautiful, curious question. And remember, if you have a question you're curious about, submit it on our website, iwonderpodcast.com, and we might just feature it in our next episode of I Wonder. Until next time, stay curious and keep wondering.